CO2 fire extinguisher are primarily used for electricity fire as well as flammable liquid of class B fire. CO2 type of fire extinguisher are being labeled with a black color. As you can see, the black color, that color differentiate from other types of fire extinguishers. Carbon dioxide fire extinguishers are normally used for class B fire, e.g. flammable liquids, as well as class C fire, which are electronics fire. As well as non-conductive. Carbon dioxide is a clean and non-contaminating to environment with a odorless gas. Class B fire flammable liquid, e.g. oil, kerosene, inclusive flammable gases. CO2 type of fire extinguisher are friendly to environment. They work by displacing oxygens, which is necessary for combustion, and they leave non-resident behind, making them suitable for sensitivity equipment. However, they are non-suitable for all fire types and should not be used on a cooking oil or fat fire class F. So we shall share the key characteristic of CO2 fire extinguishers on the color, extinguishing agent, how it works, suitable for, non-suitable for, and leave no residue, and concentrations. Let's start with the color. CO2 type of fire extinguishers have a black color where you can identify it by types of fire extinguisher. It has a black label. Yes, you can see the black label there on the neck, and the discharge horn with a color black. That is where you can differentiate the CO2 type of fire extinguisher with other fire extinguishers. Let's learn about extinguishing agent. So carbon dioxide, this one, which is stored as a liquid or released as a gas. So we want to know how it works. CO2 type of fire extinguisher display oxygens to smoothing the fire. It eliminates the oxygen. Suitable for electronic fire and class P fire, e.g. flammable liquids. Let's see non-suitable for class. It's not suitable for class F, e.g. cooking oil or fat fire. CO2 type of fire extinguisher does not leave the residence. It evaporates after some time. It has a white content which will evaporate after some minutes, which is in making it deal for sensitivity equipment and areas where cleanness is important. Suitable Let's learn about the uses of CO2 type of fire extinguisher. First, you you have to identify the fire extinguisher before using it, as we have a formula where you can follow, which is called PASS, PASS. So by making sure CO2 fire extinguishers with a black color, so when you want to use it or to use it, any types of fire extinguisher, you must use it has a formula which is called PASS, PA double S. P means pull, A means aim the fire, S means squeeze, S means sweep. So let's start with the P, capital P, which is you remove the safety pin. You remove the safety pin. The safety pin here, safety pin and then you aim. You are aiming the base of the fire by this horn, this just horn. And then you squeeze. You are squeezing the handles. And then you sweep. You are sweeping the base of the fire so that the fire can be distinguished. So let's learn about what types of fire is CO2 distinguished using for carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide CO2 extinguisher are used on fire involving burning liquid, which is class P fire. An electrical fire. Electrical fire are such as or e.g. lights such as computers, equipments, fridge, microwaves, any kind of item which use electricity. You can use a CO2 type of fire extinguisher. On class A fire, which is suitable for papers, wood, and textures, you can use water type of fire extinguisher to distinguish that fire. And then class B fire is suitable for flammable liquids. Class C suitable for flammable gases. Class F suitable for cooking oil and fats. We also have 5 types of fire extinguishers. And all are being used to distinguish different types of fire extinguishers. So choosing a fire extinguisher types of the relevant class of fire could later to be the type different life and deaths. So be useful guide on how to choose the right fire and class of fire extinguisher for the approaching the scene of fire, including knowing the color coding of fire extinguisher. Each fire extinguisher has its own color. Let's start with water type of fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishers type of water is pure red. Tripoda type of fire extinguishers has a blue color or a blue label, which you can differentiate from others. CO2 type of fire extinguisher has a black label, which you can differentiate from others. Foam type of fire extinguishers has a yellow label, which differentiate from others. We use different types of colors because each type of fire extinguisher has a different category of fire on which it is effective. Selection can be modified. The good news is that portable fire extinguishers are effective and are saving life. According to a survey from a company in the Four Main Train Association in the UK fire section, that number of fire been successful extinguished by affordable device has decreased from 80 percentage to 93%. So the first step is to look at what material are presented in the area to protect from the fire. This can be divided into 6 fire classes involving different substances. So class A fire. Fire caused by combustible carbon based solids such as papers, wood, or textures. Class P fire caused by flammable liquid, e.g. paraffin, petrol, diesel, or oil, but not cooking oil. Class C fire caused by flammable gases, e.g. butane, propane, or methanes. Class D, fire caused by a burning metal, e.g. aluminium, lithiums, or magnesiums. Fires caused by electronical equipment indicated by the electric spark symptoms and not the letter A. So class F, fire caused by fat and cooking oil. In the UK, portable fire extinguisher must conform by PSENE standard rules, which specify their body and its color. Red. All fire extinguisher must be red and has to be as a label which will differentiate others from others. A small color branded indicate the types of fire extinguishers, like water type of fire extinguishers add a red color all over. On a foam type of fire extinguishers, it has a cream color for foam or a yellow. I think cream suitable for a foam type of fire extinguishers. Blue color for dry powder fire extinguishers. Yellow color coding fire extinguishers are used for a wet chemical or a green for a clean agent, and black color for a CO2 type of fire extinguishers. Let's learn about 5 main types of fire extinguishers. There are 5 different fire extinguishers, which are water, foam, dry powder, carbon dioxide, wet chemical. All these type of fire extinguisher are pressurized with, and it has a content inside fire extinguishers, and they are refillable after being used. So you should be, be aware of colors before using any type of a fire extinguishers, or you should know the cost of a fire before using a fire extinguisher. So we want to learn about the important consideration when using a fire extinguisher. First, you must save your distance between you with and the fire. Always maintain safe distance from the fire and ensure clear exit pitch. The main thing too is safety distance. Don't go near the fire so close. Be aware by observing the distance with the fire. Number two, early stage. Only attempt to extinguish a fire in its early stage. Fire extinguishers are just a basic used or first date. You are used in early stage of the fire. The early you use a fire extinguisher when the fire occur, it is the early you distinguish that fire. Number three, evacuate. If the fire grow or if you are unsure how to use a fire extinguisher, evacuate immediately and call for emergency service. If you don't know how to use a fire extinguisher, you better save your life and run for safety and call for help. Or when you are seeing the fire it's growing or is it has become big. Evacuate a building, go safety yourself, and call for emergency service, which are can call fire brigades. Number 4, specification classes. Use the correct types of fire extinguisher for a specified class of fire. Don't do not only grab any fire extinguisher by you must identify the kind of fire extinguisher and the cost of fire before using a fire extinguisher. You may use a water type of fire extinguisher and the source of fire is electricity. If you use the incorrect fire extinguisher, you will be defeated. I think we have elaborated the important consideration when you are using a fire extinguisher or when you want to use a fire extinguisher. By it has 4 things which you should follow: distance, safety distance, highly stage, evacuate, and specified the classes. Identify when it is appropriate to use affordable fire extinguishers and select the appropriate type of different types of fire. Describe the portion, maintenance, and inspection procedures for affordable fire extinguisher. Also, fire extinguishers are normally inspected after every 6 months according to the regulation. So, if you have any kind of a fire equipment or fire extinguisher, they are supposed to inspect it annually for maintenance. We want to learn about the four methods of extinguishing a fire. The basic four basic methods of extinguishing a fire are removing the fuel. That method is starving, or removing the heat. By removing the heat, the method is called cooling. Removing the oxygen is called smothering, and interfering with the chemical reaction. These methods are often used in combination depending on the type of fire, availability, resources. So we have a fire triangle where up is fuel, other side is we have fuel, other side is heat and oxygen. So by removing the fuel, let's say fuel, you are starving. This involves the eliminating the source of fire fuel, which can be anything from wood to a flammable liquid. For example, removing a burning piece of wood or containing a splitting of flammable liquid. Removing the heat is by cooling. This method is called cooling. This need a certain temperature to burn. So by cooling the fire below its ignition temperature can be effective and extinguish it. This This is often achieved by applying the water. You can apply water or a foam or any other cooling agent. Method 3 is removing the oxygen. How can you remove the oxygen? You remove oxygen by smothering. For example, when you are cooking on a kitchen and then the fire started on on the fat or cooking oil. So what you should supposed to do is to cover the sufuria. By covering the sufuria is called smothering. That is where you can remove the oxygen. That method is called smothering. Fire require oxygen. So fire require oxygen to burn. So by removing the oxygen, the fire will stop burning. Fire require oxygen to burn. So cover the fire with a blanket. We have a fire blanket. You can cover with a fire blanket or either something which will cut off the oxygen. For example, blanket, sat, or using the fire extinguisher, that is dispensing the gas like oxygen can be prevent it for oxygen or number 4 is method is interfering with the chemical reaction. Which are what are these reaction chemical? You interfere with the chemical reaction to stop burning. Yes, Fire is a chemical reaction that involves oxygenation. Some some extinguish agent disrupt the chemical reaction, preventing the fire from continuing. For these four metals, along with the appropriate use of fire extinguish agents and equipment, are effective fire suppression. Also, fire extinguisher RP locate where everyone can see or visible, a place where it's visible. And we also have the routine checkup of all fire equipment. Also, fire extinguisher are being installed on escape routes like exit doors. So we are being required to ensure that everyone in the area knows how to use a fire extinguisher and to be familiar with safety procedures. So guys, you should be familiar with safety procedures as well as to identify different types of fire extinguishers. Let's learn about the safety, handling, and maintenance of fire extinguisher. The first one is bus metal. By pulling the safety pin, aiming the base of the fire, squeezing the handle, and sweeping from side to side to distinguish the fire. We have also the golden rules of fire extinguishers or safety rules. Only attempt to fight a fire if it is a small contained and you have a clear escape route. When you are fighting a fire, you should be you should know the escape routes. In case the fire grow, you can escape yourself. We have regulation inspections. Fire extinguisher should be inspected regular by the safety standard measures. So should be inspected regular, at least after every 6 months, to ensure they are fully charged and in a good working order. So also fire extinguisher should be stored in visible, accessible location. Also, we should have a profession training, and understand the limitation of each fire extinguishers and receiving profession training on their uses of safety. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe it, guys, so that you can get daily update on how you can use a safety fire extinguishers, fire equipments, how to install fire alarms. So subscribe, guys. Eveson Fire Safety Solution file all of you, and we want you to know how to operate this fire equipments in easy way. So please kindly subscribe, like, or if you have any question you can ask, and we shall reply after the live stream. So before we end our live stream, and you have not subscribed, guys, please subscribe. So guys, before we enter our live stream, please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, follow our videos. Eveson Fire Safety Solution, follow all of you guys as we all learn about the safety awareness, safety prevention, risk management. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your subscribers. See you on the next videos. Bye guys.